fight. Claws of silence, veils of black. The Syndicate moves, no turning back. Aye, aye, aye. Aye, aye, aye. Aye, 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 aye. From depths unseen we rise tonight. In whispered winds we claim the fight. Claws of silence, veils of black. The Syndicate moves, no turning back. Aye, aye, aye. Aye, aye, aye. Aye, 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 aye. Blades that shimmer, dreams undone. We're the night that blinds the sun. From Keishan storms to Syndicate halls, the shadows answer when duty calls. Aye, aye, aye. Aye, aye, aye. Aye, aye, aye. Bound in blood, secrets untold. Through ancient paths, through lands of old. Our steps unseen, a fleeting trace. We rule the dark, the edge, the space. Aye, aye, aye. Aye, aye, aye. Aye, 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 aye.
Welcome back to Original GM. I'm Hupahu with the gang. Season 5. Woohoo. We are playing an evil campaign this season. Yeah.
That's not your new fucking thing, is it?
You're gonna replace the dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. Woo-ha-ha. No, this has been exciting. Welcome, viewers. Welcome back, players. You guys doing all right?
So excited.
Excited for season 5?
So
So happy to be here.
Very,
Start-
very excited. Nervous.
Level. There'll be some new mechanics revealed as you guys saw in your emails, and some things for 0 level, which we haven't come out with the books yet. Speaking of the books, I have them in front of me. But www.highestlevelofall.com. Go check them out. Get the bundle. Get the music for free up there. We also have music up on YouTube now. Getting a lot of traction, which is pretty cool.
you guys are a fan of Erez and Sabian. Go check out their
Yeah.
music. They even got a couple duets together. They're pretty cool.
They do.
They get to argue back and forth about their morals and opinions.
Yeah, pretty neat stuff. Well, as you can see on the map there is your characters. Partially.
Let's focus.
Uh-oh.
I hope you guys are ready.
How when you see things like that,
Right? Like exciting and terrifying.
That's a great way to put it. Exciting but terrifying. Yeah.
So you guys have all rolled up your characters, and there's been some things that have happened. You started off 0 level. You had some backstories from when you were children, growing up, and the game basically will start when you guys are captured. I got a note here from Cikala.
Already.
Wow. That's a record.
That is.
it's an evil campaign. I'll be passing what kind of notes.
All right. So, long story short, we're going to start with your characters and where they're currently at the beginning of the game. You all start to wake up. You have for some reason, been asleep. You know about your captures and everything. Of course, the audience isn't aware, but they will find out for some reason. You guys are in a place called the Shadow Embrace Stronghold. You're not aware of that yet, but you're in the central hub room, and you're waking up. This is what the room looks like. There are exits to the north, south, east, and west coming out of here that have bones inside the walls. The archways that are above the doors have skulls, and different types of bones from different races. Looks like it's been put together with some sort of mortar. There is a shadowy substance that's encircling the chamber. You can see 4 altars that are at the northwest, northeast, southeast, and southwest areas of this circular chamber. There are also some staircases. There are 6 of them going down, and in front of each of them is what looks like some sort of runic magic that's slightly glowing red. The altars themselves are the same way. They have what look like a dragon symbol on top of it. Off in the shadows, past these altars and past these walkways, are these spinning symbols that are glowing magical, and they're white. They're located in the middle of what looks like shadow. This room that you're in, the shadow cascades up above the exits and entrances to this room, goes up approximately 60 or 70 feet into a dome that's above you. It's all made of shadow. You can see wisps of it moving in and out of this room from one area to the other. In the center of the room where you guys wake up, I'm going to zoom in here to your characters. To the center of the room is a burning black flame that is inside of a brazier. And you look around the room and see each other for the first time. Most of you, anyways. I believe there's a couple of you that have seen each other before. So we will start with you guys waking up in this room. The floor is made of some sort of granite.
Hell.
Right to the northwest is a Hofflin, and his hair's kind of messed up. This little guy right here, and he coughs and groans a little bit and sets up and kind of rubs his temple area, and he goes, "Kidnapped again! Wonderful. Who do I owe the pleasure to this time?" And he stands up, looks around the room, and goes, "Blood cultists? Who are you people? Syndicate rivals? Just the world's worst hosts?" He darts around the room and looks like he's looking for an exit. And he looks around kind of like he's in a panic and he wants to run. That's the look on his face.
All right.
To his immediate left is a half giant. That would be Hawk's character.
Sitting up.
He sits up. Does he stand or just sit up?
Sit up.
He sits up. He looks rather tall, maybe 8 to 10 feet. You're not sure. When he sits up, he's really tall. But off across that area, but pretty much almost the opposite side of him is Dez's character. She has wings. What do? You start waking up.
So she will look around left and right, and she's going to stand to Is she bound at all? Is there anything around her, on her?
None of you are bound. None of you are in chains or anything like that. You all have the clothing on that you had on when you were captured. So whatever you were wearing at the time, you're still wearing.
So she's going to stand up and start looking around. Not walking anywhere, but she's going to start feeling out the place.
Okay.
She's not going to speak because that's not... She's going to be silent and just looking around, seeing who's around her, what's going on.
Okay, so you kind of gaze around and you look to your left and you see this really pretty elf. She looks rather tall, relatively young, and she stretches very, very feminine and yawns. She's like, ah. Like an exaggeration of grace, almost like she feels at home. She starts to brush the dust off of her from where she was laying on the ground, and she says, well, this is dramatic. Black flames? Mystery abductions? Really, it's like we've stumbled straight into someone's tragic backstory. She looks around at everyone and smiles at you all. She moves a strand of hair out in front of her face, like very elegantly, and grins, and she says, is this the start of a grand execution? Can we at least have some flair? I don't know, maybe an orchestra, a little poetry, some food before the doom? Hi, I'm Iris, and she smiles at you guys real pretty. So next to her left, is your character. You wake up as well and hear all this that's going on.
Oh, y'all, I didn't sit up, stretch, look around, take a big breath in.
Okay. All right. You've got an incredible sense of smell, your character does. First thing you smell is the girl next to you. She smells so good. You want to continue to smell that. She smells so good. You're not sure what it is. Very inviting. But hidden in the smell is the burning embers from this black flame that flickers when you take in a big deep breath. Kind of flickers towards you for a second. You look up and see it unnaturally kind of come towards you, and then it goes back up into the air. You hear a slight whisper when that happens in the room.
Stand up.
Okay.
Lovely. Resentment, desperation, the faintest smell of failure. She'll kind of stretch and then she'll shake off, like kind of like an animal, like a dog does.
Okay.
She'll shake off.
Okay.
Everybody just kind of get an observation of everybody in the room.
Okay. Gallius,
Yes.
you see how this is going on. You're laying on the floor, and your wings feel a little bit cramped from laying on it.
He's gonna stand up and brush himself off too.
Okay.
Just start straightening him out himself, and as he's does stand up and brushes himself off, he's gonna actually start walking around the circle, observing everyone that he has. Like he's just brushed, like he's not concerned about them, but he's also observing them and just kind of walking around, stretching his wings out a little bit.
As you look around, you do recognize someone. Melissa, Cikala's character, you have seen her before in Mephistopheles' mansion a time or two. She is the daughter of an incubus that is a lower noble in the court. You look over at her as she shakes off, and the two of you, when you see each other, recognize each other. She was the weird girl in court. You've never spoken. He's popular and very well off and well to do.
Familiar face in a kidnapping. Now that is interesting.
You recognize no one else, though.
Yeah, like I said, he'll turn and kind of like to start walking around the group on like the outskirts and observing the people first, and then occasionally glancing around the rest of the room as he goes.
Okay, so which direction, left or right? So
Right.
this way? Okay, the first thing you notice is an angelic right next to you, but she doesn't look like a normal angelic. She's her wings are not the right color. She doesn't look good like your typical angelic. Skull, you see Gallius kind of look you up and down as he starts to walk around the circle.
Interesting color choices, not bad so far.
Don't
What?
You see,
Don't walk.
you see Iris, and she smiles at you and kind of pushes
And
her.
he'll sniff the air as he's walking by.
Okay. She puts her hip out and just kind of looks at you and puts one hand in her mouth, like puts her fingernail kind of in her mouth and pulls her lip down just a little bit as you're walking by. And
On that note, Gold is gonna go the opposite way. Like, and she's gonna look. She's gonna see this, yes, and go and walk the other way.
you walk over the other way and you see a guy starting to get up off the ground. All he's wearing is a loincloth. And he stands up and cracks his neck. He's about 6'4" or so. He's pretty tall, built really, really strong. He looks to be a human type. He rolls his shoulders as though he's like kind of preparing for battle. And he goes, "Kidnapped again. I swear people must think dragging me unconscious into a room is the only way to deal with me." He looks over.
Perhaps you are quite disagreeable.
He looks at the black flame in front of him, and his jaw kind of tightens, and he says, "I don't trust anything that doesn't burn the way it should. If this thing wants to play games, fine. But the moment it moves, I'm breaking something."
Well, at least we have someone willing to fight fire.
And you walk past him. Yes?
I giggle just.
Yes. Is that so? That to the right of her, that's one of the ways out, correct?
It is.
Supposedly. She's just gonna head over there and just take a. She's not gonna step past. She's not stupid.
So about right there.
Yeah, and just kind of look to see.
Okay. The first
what's
thing
down the corridor or what she sees.
The first thing you notice is on the ground is a symbol. And it seems to be right in front of the door. You can see two burning torches to the left and right, and you realize they're floating in the air. The sconces are not attached to the wall. They're just floating in the air right there. You'll also notice to your right is a staircase that goes down, and the same symbol that is in front of this walkway is in front of it as well. To the left is exactly the same symbol and another staircase that goes down. Between the walls and the staircase is black, but it's shadowy. You can partially see into it. And beyond it, you see the glowing symbol that's spinning over in the corner on both sides.
Does she know what the symbol is, or
No, she's never seen it before, unless you have some sort of proficiency, which you don't yet.
yeah, no.
You're 0 level, so you don't really have a skill to pull off of.
Can she? I don't know if for like observation wise, if she can look to see if there's anything else. Like in the room, because in her head, she's like heard everybody that has been like, "Oh, I'm kidnapped," but she's sitting here going like, kidnapped. Where's the kidnappers?
Okay.
So could she do?
You start to gaze around the room. Go ahead and make an observation.
Okay. And that would be, what do I roll for that?
You got to roll under your intelligence, but you have it times 4, correct? Because your birth.
You, because of my birthday.
It'll be under your intelligence at a +2. So, yeah. So what's your intelligence?
18.
So anything but a 20, and you'll make an observation.
Okay.
Actually, use our current scores.
Now hold on. First thing I need you to do is I need you to roll 3 6-sided die, because you are 0 level, and currently your intelligence is a 3.
Mm.
So roll 3 6-sided dice,
Okay.
put them together, and then add 3 to it.
Okay. Let me go ahead and switch this stuff around.
Okay. As you're doing that, the girl that was between the guy that just spoke and the frost giant looking guy is this girl, and she stands up. She rises with a very calculated precision, and she has no expression. She doesn't seem to be very readable. She looks around the room and she says, "I have walked into darkness before. This place does not frighten me." Her fingers slightly move, and you see a black energy of magic kind of come to her fingertip. And she says, "But if this flame exists beyond reason, beyond control," and she holds her hand up, "then we must tread carefully. Something here does not abide by the laws as I know them." And then you see the flame go back out of her hand. So you rolled the 3 and add 3 to it. The 3 6s and add 3 to it. And once you get that number,
I have a total of 10. I got 3, 3, 1, and then you said add a 3 to it, so it'd be 10.
okay, so now you want to roll a 20-sided die and try to get under 10 for your observation, and it'll actually be 12 because you have it times 4. So you need to roll a 20 under 12.
Damn.
What'd she get?
I think it's at 13, 18.
Okay, so you do not really see any sign of your captor, Skull. You don't see anything that looks like someone that you see no one except for the individuals that are in the room with you.
Gotcha.
That's it. So, next to you is Kaiden, this little guy, and he's going to get up and start moving around too. He goes towards the exit over this way, and he says, "I don't know what you guys are doing, but I'm the fuck out of here." And he starts running in that direction.
Do let us know how that works out for you.
To your immediate left is Wachi's character. She is how tall?
2 foot 8 inches.
She's 2 foot 8 inches, a tiny little thing with big ears, and glowing amber colored eyes, right? What are you doing as you're getting up off the floor?
He's gonna get up and brush herself off and look around at everybody, take everybody in, and then she'll say, and she's gonna take off in a circle at full speed.
Okay, around everybody? Or,
Yeah.
So starting left or right?
Going north first.
Okay, so she whips around this way, you guys. She is so fast. She is like a blur. And she goes around the circle. By the time she's past you, you realize she's standing back in the same spot that she began in. As that happens, this little Hofflin hits some sort of barrier.
Yes.
And
She's off the screen.
He drops to the ground. It doesn't there's like no magical energy that goes off or anything. He just hit some sort of barrier in that doorway.
Where is he?
Well, I'm waiting for the map to catch up.
Oh, gotcha.
Sorry.
But he'll be to the north at that exit to the north.
I was gonna say, I think he went the opposite way of me. So
Yeah, well, you went to the east and he went to the north.
okay, so he's above.
Within 30 feet, I want to feel.
I'm sorry.
Within 30 feet, I would like to feel
What?
empathy.
Empathy?
Mhm.
You have innate empathy, so within 30 feet of you. Second.
Is he get knocked unconscious, or did you just run?
He just falls to the ground. So 30 feet would be right about there. Gallius, what is your emotion right now? What are you thinking? What are you feeling? Not thinking. What are you feeling?
Amused.
Okay. You feel from Gallius amusement. You feel from the female amusement. They both seem to have amusement, like they're like it's some kind of game or something. What are you feeling?
Excited.
She's excited. So that's what you feel. However, you also feel something from that flame. And it's every emotion that you felt. And it draws your attention to it, and you see it flicker out again towards you. And go back to normal. It has a presence. There's something there that you are aware of. On the opposite side of the fire, you see the lady that just said what she said kind of move closer to the flame and start looking at it.
She will too. She'll move closer to it and kind of look at it.
Okay.
And 0 level, but observation.
Okay, so roll 3 6s and add 3 to it, and then -2 from that, and roll a 20 under it.
Nine.
A 9?
9.
Yeah, that's already minus.
Yeah.
So roll 20.
10.
So
do you see that or not?
you don't really feel anything or sense anything with your observation. Gallius, you going to keep walking around the circle after she zipped past you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there anything like pebbles or anything on the ground or
No.
stone bones?
No, it's just a granite floor, and the bones seem to be mortared into the walls themselves.
Okay.
As Gallius, as you walk past this little girl, this little quickling or quicksilver, you see her move her hand, and her whole body engulfs in like a fire, and then goes close to her skin, is like making her skin glow an orange red color. She looks at you suspiciously, but with excitement.
Neat trick. Well done. And just keeps walking.
Okay. About that point, the little guy up north starts cussing and moves away.
Say he was going to look over there to see if he was unconscious or had just fallen down, or
No, he just hit a wall and fell down. He comes walking back over, rubbing his head, and you can see
you forget how doors work.
He's got a cut on his eyebrow that looks like an old injury that's slightly bleeding just a little bit as he walks up to you. Well,
and how did that work out?
That's a bunch of bullshit.
You have something on your face.
Yeah, he rubs it off. He's like, these motherfuckers. Any of you have any idea who captured us? He looks around the room at all of you.
Gold's just gonna kind of hear it, but kind of ignore it and keep walking forward.
Okay.
And to the exit. And
so when you get close to it, you realize that there is slight magic glowing on that symbol. It's not real noticeable until you get close.
Okay.
Whatever it is, it might be what he just ran into on the north.
The symbol?
Yes.
He hit the symbol. So we have, as far as the clothing for our characters, she has everything on that she would has in the drawing and stuff.
You don't have any weapons though, but you do have your normal clothing
on. She's gonna take her little headband off.
Okay.
And she's going to just kind of toss it at the door to see what happens.
All right, it hits some sort of invisible barrier and drops to the floor.
Okay. Okay, she picks it up and
Does
puts
Gallius see that from there?
Yeah. You all know.
See, friend. See, friend, now that is how you approach an exit.
Well, how was I to fucking know? Shit.
Well, I mean, magic symbols on the floor, darkness, flame, shadows. I mean,
look,
just basic observation.
Are you guys with me? Let's get the fuck out of here before whoever did this starts coming. You see Alyssa walk up to the flame and she closes her eyes and sits down on the floor and is holding her hands up to it like this. You did not notice anything with observation, but you do feel a presence with this thing. And it feels calming to you at this point as you're standing close to it.
She'll hold her hand up like this. Does it feel hot when she gets close?
There is no heat. Skull, you kind of feel, oddly enough, not at home, but the fact that there's a fire in the center of this room kind of brings the feelings of being home. It's common for you and your people to have a bonfire. The odd thing about it is there's no heat coming off of it. And your sense of well-being often comes from the heat of the fire. And there is none off of this. So it is a little unsettling for you, but at the same time, kind of odd because it's what you're used to, is having a fire. So that's happening to you. You feel no heat when you reach her.
She would say that. There's no heat. There's no heat. The fire has no heat.
Serafina will walk up next to the scout.
Next to what?
The one looks like she's meditating.
Okay, so this way. And just between the frost giant and her, around behind it, or
she'll just stand next to the person.
Okay, all right.
So Gallius would try to observe the flame too, to see, and specifically to see if it's acting like flame or is it acting more like shadow.
Okay, so you go walking up to it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. As you get close to it, the flame moves slightly towards you on that side. The flame kind of comes out and moves towards you and points at you almost for a second and flickers and then goes back into the fullness of the flame. She's knelt down. And she has her hands together like this on her knees, and she's sitting with her legs crossed, with her eyes closed.
Is there any sound coming from it?
So you listen, and as you start to listen, you hear whispers again.
I was trying to focus and make out what they're saying.
That's what you hear.
It's an inaudible talking. The fire's talking. Listen.
So listen.
Gallius is there. He's going to try to listen for it. And like I said, he was trying to just observe the brazier and the fire itself, whatever the hell it is.
You start to feel calm as you start to listen, but you do hear the whispers coming off of it.
They can't. I mean, still kind of like you can't understand or make out what they're saying.
No, you can't make out the words, but they are whispers of some sort. There's the flame itself seems to be reacting to you all of you that are listening to it or coming close to it. It seems to be reacting to you somehow by changing the way that it's burning. It seems to be accepting to you in a way.
He's gonna put his hand out up to it to see if it reacts like it did when he approached it.
So you pull your hand out towards it, and the flame flickers a little bit inside of the main flame, but it doesn't reach out to you. The closer you get to it, nothing happens. Are you going to go to try to touch it?
Yeah, he'll just kind of keep approaching it and but not quite touch it, but kind of just get closer and closer to it to see if it continues to react, back away, or
so it starts to flicker, but it doesn't do anything other than that. Like it flickers in the area where your hand is located, but that's it. And like I said, you feel a sense of calmness coming off of it.
He'd run his hand through it.
And I was about to do the same thing. I was literally about to reach out and touch it.
All right, so you both reach your hand through the flame. It does not harm you. Shadow comes out of it when you do that and kind of dissipates into the air. You feel really calm and slightly relaxed and slightly sleepy.
Interesting. So now he'll turn and with a yawn and kind of walk towards the edge where the shadows are, where the wall is, but not sure like the doorway or stairs, but like the actual edge of kind of where the shadow is.
Like this?
I was gonna go the other way, but
okay. Over here?
Yeah, and kind of stop where he thinks that wall is gonna be, where she kind of sees where the headband landed. And can he see it? And try to observe into the shadows to see if he can see anything out there.
Okay. So it's not matched to the DM view this whole time. I apologize. There we go.
Yeah.
There it is. I apologize. All right. So you're going to walk over this way?
Yeah.
Okay. Right to the edge?
Well, he's going to stop where he knows that wall would be, where like the headband landed and all of that.
Okay. Well, that was located over here, right there.
Okay. Well, yeah, he's going to just put his hand, obviously go slow and have his hand up to see if he's ever stopped or if he can get to the edge of the shadow. And
okay, when you come up to it, your hand goes right through it. There is no wall there. And it goes all the way up into the air, 60 feet with a dome above you. You can see through that shadow and see this symbol spinning, by the way.
Is there anything he recognizes or he can roll observation on to?
Go ahead and roll 3 6-siders, add 3 to it, -2 from that, and then roll 20 and you have to get under that.
Seraphina's going to check out.
Well, yeah.
That one?
Okay. Just zip over there.
She zips over there next to you real quick as you're standing there. Blurry. Okay. Quick.
So 9 total.
Okay, roll under it with a 20. Or try to.
9 on the dot.
Okay. And what are you observing?
Well, he was going to look at, you said he could look through the shadows, but he was trying to observe the spinning symbol to see if it's anything recognizable to him or if he notices anything about it.
You notice that one of the symbols on the outside of it matches the symbol that is on the floor in front of all these exits.
Alrighty. Noted.
Where there are 24 symbols around the outside of it, and one of them matches those on the floor.
24 symbols, 1 matches.
You will notice that there's an eye in the center of it with 2 blades crossed in front of it, and what looks to be veins that move behind the eye and the blades, and also that there's a chain that wraps around in the circle, separating the center portion from the outside. The big guy come over here where you're at, Skull, and he will say, "Magic," and he points at the symbol.
Yes, magic.
We're trapped.
We're something trapped. They wouldn't bring us here to trap us. Something else is going to happen in time.
Kaiden, the little Hoffman, says, "Maybe this is an escape room. Maybe they're testing us to see if we can get out." The girl that's sitting by the flame, she has not reacted since she sat down. She's just been sitting there, quiet.
Standing up.
Okay, you stand up. The frost giant, half frost giant guy stands up, and he's 10 feet tall, towering above all of you. What do you do?
Go to the northeast.
Okay.
Where what's his name? Gladius?
Gladius? Gallius? Gallius? You over here?
Yep.
All right. You're looking at the altar as he comes walking up, and you realize that there is a symbol of a dragon on top of it. And that symbol has magic on it. It's slightly glowing as he walks up next to Gallius and you. What do you do?
Well, hello, big guy, and thanks for joining.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What
You're still on your cam, by the way. I don't know if you know that.
Bjorn?
You hear him say Bjorn when you walk up.
Nice to meet you, Bjorn. I'm Gallius.
Well met. What is
Anything? I don't know. There's 24 symbols, and only one matches the ones that block our exits.
is plural?
In this mist in front of you, or the shadow in front of you, you start to hear the whispers again.
Mm-hmm. Step in the shadows.
Okay. You step in the shadows. Nothing happens to him when he steps in. He just steps into him and kind of. You can still be seen, but it's kind of misty in here. You can't see real well, but you can still see. But you guys can see him just fine.
What if I put my hand in that lighted area?
Yeah,
So
go ahead and try stepping on it. Maybe it'll take you somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Put my hand in it.
Okay, it's on the floor,
Yeah, just
spinning,
reach down
and touch it. Nothing happens.
what if I step in?
Okay. He steps in it, nothing happens.
Look at it real close.
Okay. What are you looking like? You trying to?
Just looking at all the symbols and the.
Okay. So roll 3 6s.
Yeah.
Add 3 to it.
10, 12 plus 2 for observation.
Minus 2 for observation.
No, I have.
You.
I have observation times 4. Yeah.
From your
They get
birthday.
the same,
So you have observation times 4.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, so you have plus 2 and then make it 20 and try to get under that.
Nope. I rolled a 16.
Okay. You don't observe anything odd or different than what anyone else does yet.
Huh.
Kaiden goes over next to this lady and he squats down, and so does Iris, and she's like, "Hi, I'm Iris," and she looks at her, and the lady doesn't say anything to her. She just stays very in depth out of it, whatever's going on with her.
Go back out to Gallius and say,
"What are you doing?" she says. She doesn't answer.
Now that I'm over in this area, I'm gonna try to smell again now that I'm away from Iris
Okay.
and see if I can detect anything. Any other type of presence? Like, is there beings in here we can't see?
So you're right there. So your 30-foot smell, or no, your smell is 200 some odd feet. So you smell everything. You smell everything in this room. Nothing odd. You can smell each of them though. Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Gallius or not Gallius. Bjorn needs a bath.
Everyone knows, friend.
You stink. You smell funny. She smells good though.
Need bath.
So she was checking out this altar.
Yeah.
Roll observation.
You're gonna try to observe it, like
Yeah.
observation. Okay. Roll 3 6s. Add 3 to it.
14 plus 3, 17.
Now roll 20.
Thanks, Cam.
Oh,
Oh shit.
I forgot to add the 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hawk, you're still on your dice cam, by the way.
You
yeah,
are.
that's okay.
They're not showing them.
What'd you roll?
14 plus 3,
Okay.
17.
Roll 20. Try to get under there.
Maybe not 20. Show.
Try moving it to the side.
Yeah.
I think it's because you have the darker roll pad.
There it is.
Oh, snap.
I need it.
Okay. What'd you roll?
A 10.
Okay. It looks as though at one point there were candles on this altar. You can see the spots from where the wax was, but there's nothing currently there. You do notice the magic, like I said, on the dragon symbol that's on it. And then you would also notice
It's glowing.
it is slightly, and you would also notice the torches that are just floating there. There's one next to Gallius right here, and Bjorn, and one over on the other side of the altar. And they seem to be all around the room.
Just
And
glowing.
it seems to be the same black flame that's coming from the center of the room.
And those torches are in front of the Scold as well, correct?
Yes, they're right here.
She's gonna. I mean, they're just floating there. Can she grab one?
You can. You go up and just grab the torch out of the holder, and it's burning this black flame. You have a hold of it. The flame itself, when you pull it off of the sconce, when you pull it out, it whispers to you.
Do I know what it says, or is it just like murmurs, like?
It's just murmurs. You don't understand the language, whatever it is.
Skull's gonna take it and then put it in in front of her to see if the whatever magic reacts to the flame in front of her.
It doesn't seem to.
Okay.
The floor around the altar and see if it looks like maybe it's been moved or
Okay.
maybe there's
So
scratch
these are all
or
these are altars.
They seem to be altars. Yes.
Can he lift the altar up so she can look underneath it?
You
I
can.
was going to say. Hey,
I'm
big
gonna
guy,
go-
can you move that?
You can try to do that. So you're going to try to lift it, and you're going to try to an observation.
I was gonna
So-
look and see if there's like scratch.
Both of you roll 6s, 3 6s, and add 3 to it for whatever ability you're attempting. You're doing strength, correct?
Yeah.
What'd you get?
Maybe roll this so you can see him. Well, maybe not. I can't see him.
With the -3. C12.
They shut up when you put your hand in there.
There you go.
So
Yes.
7, 8, 9.
You see that?
That's 15.
All right.
And I rolled. I can't see what that is. Can you see what that 20 is?
9.
And so you made it. You both made it. So you're able to lift the altar up. You're you don't see that it's ever been moved. There's no scrapes on the floor. You don't see anything under it when he lifts it up, but he lifts it up, no problem. You kneel down and look under. You don't see anything.
Scold's gonna take the torch with the flame and go to the center and just stick it into the flame, see if it does anything. She's just curious.
When you come walking up, you notice that the three of them seem to be in some sort of meditation. All three of them, when you come walking up, you stick the flame into the other flame, and it doesn't do anything. You hear whispers still, but that's it.
Now she's gonna take it and go over to the altar, like below her, see if it catches on fire.
Okay.
Apparently, she's gonna be curious.
It does not catch on fire, and it doesn't leave the flame of the torch. There's no heat, no cold, but you feel very calm right now as you're standing there, very at peace.
Nothing happens.
The Gallius is going to look at those symbols and then the dragon symbol. Is it something he has ever come across in the courts or in his learnings or anything like that? That's
nope. You've never seen it before.
Look at these guys. I don't know what the hell's going on with them.
You said there's stairways down, correct?
Yeah.
She's gonna go down the stairway. Well, she's gonna check before she walks into the room, make sure like nothing's crazy there. She's gonna use the torch as her way to kind of poke and prod as she walks through things.
Which one?
Back to where she was, but to the one of the right. That one. Yep.
All right. As soon as you walk up, you realize there is a symbol in front of it as well.
And she holds the torch out into the doorway, and it doesn't do anything. It's blocked as well. Magic.
Yes. When you push the torch out in front of you, it hits some sort of invisible barrier.
Okay.
Oh.
Seraphina is going to stop and use her listening ability to see if she can hear anything.
Okay.
I don't know. Somebody seems to be at peace with the flame. I think they need to go in it.
95%.
Roll. All right, so you're going to do a listen roll.
Can you see it? 43.
43. You hear whispers coming from the flames in the center of the room when you listen.
There's no creatures or.
That's all you hear. I mean, besides the rest of the party moving around in the room.
I'm going to walk around to all the doorways and all the stairs.
Okay.
And just look at the floor.
All right. You start going around looking. They all have that symbol. Every single exit that you go to has that symbol as you walk around the room.
How many symbols are there?
Around the circle that's spinning?
Yeah. Yes. That's
4. There are 24 symbols around those circles that are spinning.
And all the symbols are the same.
Yeah.
And how many doorways?
So there are eight cardinal doorways, and then there are 6 others that go downstairs. So there's 10 total.
Okay.
Look at these guys. Are they like in like a trance type?
They seem to be in some sort of trance. You're not sure.
Hey.
They don't respond. Peace. Oh,
She'll sit down
okay.
and she'll focus out and kind of concentrate on the fire and try to mimic what they're doing.
Okay. All right. You do that. Hold on a moment. What do you guys? Hold on. I can't say this out loud, so give me just a moment.
I did something. Sorry.
That's fine. I was about to go back to taking a nap anyway. So
Not moi. Meh. So I see that they are in like a trance-like state.
Yeah, they all four seem to be in some sort of trance-like state.
I saw the first one went over there, the weirdo lady that was just like, oh gosh, let me pray to something else.
Mage.
She's gonna Skull's gonna walk over and grab the first one. The lady that was the first one that walked up.
Her?
Grab her and pull her away from there.
Okay, as soon as you grab her, she opens her eyes and looks at you. She goes, "What are you doing?"
Something.
She stands up and like kind of removes herself from you and looks at you funny. She's like, "I am fine. Perhaps you should correspond with the flame. It would be beneficial for you to understand what is happening." And she sits back down in front of it and goes back to what she was doing.
Gallius is going to go down to the other guy he hasn't talked to yet.
All right.
And just going to be like, hey, it seems like we should be more kumbaya back around the fire, huh?
Flame is not right. I do not like it. It does not work normal.
I'm not entirely sure it's fire anyway, really, in that sense.
What is it?
To me, it just feels more like, I don't know, living shadows, if you will. That's all I really remember about being taken, to be honest.
Yes, shadows took me too. All around me.
Well, perhaps the shadows are... Maybe it's not fire at all. Perhaps our answers are in the shadows. Seems to be working out pretty well for these folks.
Are you trying to convince him?
Yeah, I was trying to convince him to go sit down and...
Okay, all right. Roll 3 6-siders and add 3 to it.
Oh, shit. Wake up. Oops. Putting shit around. I didn't even... Sorry, I didn't switch my camera at all. Hang on.
Yeah. Might as well.
You're going to go back to the middle too? Okay.
She's gonna clap
Yep.
when you're done with the burning.
Can you see him? Get my hand there.
Yes.
You said add 3?
Yeah, that's 11. And you're going to add 3 because your charisma.
Guys, it's happened.
That's 14.
Okay.
Then you're going to roll a 20 and try to get under 14.
Are you fucking kidding me?
What'd you roll?
I don't know. I can't see it. Wow. 19.
Yeah. He looks at you funny and
Those good rolls.
he says, "I feel like you're trying to trick me."
How could I trick you? I don't know what's going on.
What is your name?
Gallius, yours?
I am Thane.
Thane. Nice to meet you. Now look, you seem smarter than just a regular hunk of meat like the other guy, so I'm just trying to say that it's working out for everybody else.
Are you gonna try it again?
Yeah.
Okay, do it again. Do it again. He asks you where you're from and looks at your wings as you're doing this.
Wait, am I rolling the sixes again, or just rolling under 14 at this point?
You're gonna roll in the sixes again.
Okay.
3 6s, add 3 to it, and then roll 20 and try to get under it.
So 10, 13 this time. Oh shit! Did you see it? I'm sorry, I was too fast.
Yeah. Yeah, I see it. And what she's been watching those.
What, are you fucking kidding me?
That one's got a glare. It's a 14.
14?
Yeah.
So you missed it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. Oh yeah, because I had to re-roll it. Yeah. Wait.
Well, you had a 4 and a 4 and a 3, right? Or no?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Plus 3.
Plus 3 more from your charisma. So so yeah, you missed it.
Wait. 4. Wait. 4. 4.
4, 4, and 3 and 3. So 6. That's 6 and 8. So actually, you made it. If you roll a 14, you made it.
Right on.
Oh, okay.
So, all right. He nods at you and he says, "Okay, let's go. You first."
Oh, fucking.
So Serafina is going to climb up onto.
Do you start going?
Yeah, he'll start walking over.
All right. So you go over. He'll follow you over and stand right there. Okay. So Seraphina's going to do what now? She's going to come up and start climbing it.
The one on the north that kind of juts out.
Right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
She'll climb up on top of it.
Okay.
She will put her hand out and what did
So
you say?
Roll
Try and correspond with it.
Roll 3 6-siders. Add 3 to it. Roll 20 under it, under your dex to try to climb up that.
Huh. 11 plus 3 is 14.
You roll 20. 17.
You add the plus 3.
She already did
I had
11.
And I rolled a 3.
You rolled a 3, which is a not a great insight, not an insight. Huh?
Insight.
An insight. So you get an insight into climbing, which is going to be 10% bonus on your climbing.
Okay.
That is permanent. You need to mark it on your character sheet so that if you do get climbing in the future, you know that there's something that you did at 0 level. You've got an insight, and you climb up to the top of that little area right there and reach your hand up. You feel very calm. You're going to try to
connect with it like the lady said.
okay. You feel like sitting down when you do it, and you realize that something happens to you.
She'll sit down right there where she's at.
Okay.
What is it called? A dais? No, I don't know. Whatever it's called.
It's a brazier.
Brazier.
Right.
Oh, that was the.
Here's a reason I write notes. Yeah, you shouldn't be doing that. Quiet. What are the rest of you doing?
I guess I'll go and sit over by the white, pink-haired, black-haired girl.
Okay, right here? Or
On the other, yeah.
okay. All right. She seems to be in some sort of trance. You're not sure what's going on with her. And you look around and you see that the little Quicksilver is, as well as three of the others. The little Hofflin, the lady that first went up to it, and the pretty elf. They're all seem to be in some sort of state of meditation or something.
Okay. Can she?
I'm trying to, but
You're going to try to connect and accept it? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mm,
You gonna talk for me?
Gold will as well. She's just gonna be like, ugh, and sit back and cross her arms.
Okay.
Check your text messages.
Check your text message. All right, so it seems like Gallius and the big guy, the other big guy, you two are
Both,
standing.
I'm sorry, I was muted. My bad. We're both big guys. Okay.
You're both just standing there, and everybody seems to have their eyes closed, and they just seem to be at peace or something. He looks at you and he goes, "What they doing?"
Seem to be just meditating and enjoying themselves, friend. Never allowed to enjoy yourself.
I've been a gladiator for too long to enjoy myself. Enjoyment is a cup of water, or perhaps grog, or even gruel.
Well, perhaps this flame just takes you to a nice and happy, peaceful place. They don't seem to be terrified. They seem to be quite engaged, if you will.
He looks next to him at Bjorn, and he's like, "It worked for him too.
It did work for him.
You go first."
Oh, all right. He kind of sits down and kind of spreading his wings out, trying to find a comfortable spot, like he's having a hard time finding a way to sit comfortably.
Okay.
Man, fuck.
And you try to connect with the shadow flame in front of you.
He'll pretend to.
Okay, but he's not going to do it. Okay, so he pretends to, and so the big guy, he'll sit down after you do that, and then he looks around, and you're not sure what's going on because your eyes are closed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what do you do?
And he'll just kind of act like his wing is uncomfortable and open up and kind of turn again, like obviously just make it look like he's trying to adjust to get more comfortable. And
Okay.
take a glance around to see if he is and everybody else has their eyes or seems to be in a trance.
You look around and everybody seems to be in a trance. Everybody but you.
All right. He'll just take one more kind of observation of each of them to see if there's anything that stands out to him about them.
Roll 3 6-siders for me, and add 3, and then -2, and try to get under it with a 20.
Damn it, I keep doing that.
Huh?
Got my weird dice in there. So 9. Let's see, so +3, so 11, or blah, 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 blah.
Well,
12, then -2, so 10.
yep.
1. Wait, 7? 7, sorry, 7.
Oh, okay.
Fuck me would be 1, sorry.
Yeah. So you make the observation, and none of them seem to be harmed, but you're pretty sure that every one of them are in some sort of deep trance. You don't think anybody is faking it like you did. Pretty positive of that. You realize they're all probably or you think that they all may be unaware of what's going on around them right now.
All right. Mm. Ba-ba-da-boom. All right, he'll just say fuck it and look into the flame. You know that everybody. You know, everybody seems to be at peace and calm and.
Okay. So everybody does it, and everybody gains meditation times 1. And you all go into a deep meditative state. And you have now learned meditation, and you feel very calm right now. And you guys all do this for approximately an hour or so. You're not quite sure how much time has passed. But you're awakened, or you come out of this state of meditation, and you feel movement in the room when you do. And all of your eyes, come open, and as you do so, you realize there are beings in the room with you. As you were meditating, you felt the connection to this shadow, whatever this presence was, and it made you very, very calm. You did not feel threatened. But when you wake up and you start looking around the room, that feeling of calm leaves you. To your north, 2 individuals are standing over there. You were completely unaware of them until they made a movement, which brought you out of your meditation. The room itself, including the flame, it seems to get darker in the presence of these individuals. Or you're not sure which one it's coming from that did it, but the individual on this side right here moves forward in front of him. He doesn't step really into the light. It's as if the light bends and moves at his will away from him, warping the edges of perception so that the very air around him and around you guys from his direction seems to grow thicker than what it was. You can actually feel the air. He's pretty tall, draped in layers of flowing black and deep violet silk. He has a cloak on that's embroidered with silver threads. They have symbols on them that look exactly like the symbols that are floating in the 4 corners that you guys saw inside of the shadows. His face, you really can't see it. It's obscured. It looks like there might be a mask on him, but you're not sure because you really can't see it clearly. And it seems like a mask because the facial features are real sharp. You do see what look like golden irises inside of this cloak that seem to flicker or gleam from the light that's escaping from in front of him as he steps forward. Almost like a predator or wolf or something like that. That's the feeling you get. His hands move with like what looks like precision as he stops and blows his cloak and pulls it in closer to him. His gestures seem to be very calculated and deliberate. You can tell that he has a lot of control over his body. You do notice that he's wearing rings on his hand when he does that, and you can see some sort of magical inscriptions that are on those rings. And you can see him faintly pulse just a little bit as he pulls his cloak in. And when he finally speaks, it's not in a raised tone, but it seems to command attention within the room. But before he speaks, behind him, you see a gentleman around the same height as him. You can see his facial features. This is what he looks like. He's dressed very similarly as the guy that just walked forward. You don't know if the space around you, the air, has anything to do with this guy or if it has to do with the other guy or both of them. But this guy, he doesn't really walk. He more or less moves like a specter or a ghost. He floats, it seems like, as he moves into the room. His robes are a deep obsidian in color, and they flow like almost like it's a liquid shadow that's moving around him. And you can see the same on his cloak as on the other guy's cloak, that there's silver filigree. On his cloak, it's pulsing, though. It's brighter than the other guy's. And the fabric appears to be really dark, almost too dark. It's almost like it's void-like in nature. You're not sure, but it doesn't look right. It absorbs light, is what it looks like. And as I said, you can see his face. It's partially hidden from the cowl that he's wearing, but you can see his face has sharp, angular features. He has no emotion on his face whatsoever. His eyes seem to be very cold, and there's a faint violet gleam in them that you can see, but most of it is just black. It's kind of unnerving the way that his eyes look under the cowl. And he's not necessarily looking at you guys. He's kind of looking down towards the floor when this guy steps forward. Over here, you guys notice a woman that's standing next to this altar. You did not notice her. The only thing that you noticed was the movement of these guys to the north. And when they start to move, you realize you're checking your surroundings, and you see her over there. You did not hear or see her. She's wearing midnight colored black robes, silk looking, with the same intricate silver filigree that's on it. The patterns seem to shift like water, though. The silver filigree that you see on her robe seem to shift. She has a veil that's covering part of her face, her lower half of her face, that she pulls down when you guys start to look around. She just pulls it away from her mouth and down around her neck. She has piercing violet eyes as well. You may not be able to tell in this light on the map, but her eyes are violet of color as well. She looks very cold and calculating, and she seems to pierce right through you. She looks like a human from Danatar, and the other man that was over in the back seems to look like he's from Danatar as well. Like they have that look to them. Immediately to your west, you see this gentleman who is piercing at eyes, looking at you guys and surveying you up and down. He has tattoos all over him. He has scars all over his face and over his upper body. The ground seems to vibrate when he walks up in his boots. He's wearing boots. He stands with what looks like discipline and strength as he stands there. And he comes up, steps up, and crosses his arms in front of him. And looks right at you guys. He has like a kind of a grayish colored beard, as you can tell, but his head is bald. He does have a few pieces of armor on. You look at his hands and his wrists, and he's wearing some sort of bracers that you can see. And on his side, you see what looks like a blade of some type. It's inside of a sheath, slightly behind on his right. And it looks to be long and curved, almost like a scimitar. You're not sure because it's mostly behind him. And he just crosses his arms and looks at you with this intense look. And as you gaze around the rest of the room, you realize that to your south, there's a very charismatic looking individual. His sun-kissed, smooth skin has no scars on it. He's got blonde hair. His hands are in front of him. He's kind of moving his hands like this when he's standing there and he's looking over you guys with a smile on his face. His hands do look like they are calloused, though, when you see them. But the rest of his body doesn't look that way. And he's smiling with like kind of an effortless charm just looking at you. His attire, what he's wearing, is impeccable. It's woven from fine, what looks like obsidian colored silk. It has gold line accents all over it. He seems to be very wealthy just by looking at him. He does have a blade on his hip that you see that's in a sheath. And he seems to be very practical looking, even though he's pretty. He seems to be very measured, and he definitely garners your attention because he does not look anything like the others. He's very pretty, very charismatic looking. Over here on this side, you see another individual. He has ashen skin and pointed ears. The air around him seems unnatural and heavy with shadow. You can see it coming off of him, like seeping from him. And it distorts, like if you look above a candle or a flame, it seems to be doing that with shadow. And as he moves his hands, he walks into the room and he kind of moves his hands like this. The shadow seems to be drawn into his body as he walks in. And his robes are ink black as well. They're embroidered with deep violet colored sigils all around it. And then he has this grayish white hair. He looks like Drow to you guys. That's what he looks like when you see him. His eyes, though, look more like fractured starlight. His expression is unreadable, like most of them. He looks as though he perceives everything about you. Like he seems to be familiar with each of you as he looks at each of you. Like he's seen you before. The guy that stepped up to begin with, the first guy, begins to talk. If you guys want to do something while this is happening,
Scold will stand up if she was sitting down.
Okay.
Yeah, stand.
So
Yeah, the guys would stand as well.
Okay.
And he'd offer a hand out to Thane to help him up, just as a.
Okay. He'll accept your hand and he'll come up. The guy that walked up in front, that was the first one, huh? You can't see who.
We're still staring at Shimmery Man.
Okay, yeah, I haven't moved yet.
Yeah.
But the guy that walked up first, as you guys start to stand, he comes to about right here, and there's really no point in me showing you his picture because you can't really see him. But he says in a very calm voice, he says, "You have been taken. You have been marked. You have been given a path, whether you sought it or not. I am Rashan al-Zahir. I am the leader of the Shadow Clan and council member of the Kishan Assassins." He starts to Slowly move around the room as he's talking to you. He starts to walk around this way. And he says, "You are now part of a legacy that spans centuries. The Kishan assassins are not mere killers. We are the shadow that maintains the balance. Good and evil, these are masks of the weak. We serve the way of the one, a discipline older than empire. Our blades decide fate, unseen but felt. Many of you will not survive this training. The unworthy fall to the shadows, and the worthy become them. Unless you learn to trust one another, your life may depend on it. When you are done with training, if you survive, you will go to the Kumite. It is not just a gathering, it is a reckoning. Every year, the clans of Kishan assassins convene in an ancient enclave beneath the obsidian spire, a sanctuary untouched by time and protected by forces beyond mortal comprehension. It is here that Syndicate's finest face trials to prove their worth, their mastery, and their loyalty to our craft. The Kumite is no mere contest. It is a crucible with alliances that can be forged. Rivalries are inflamed, and assassins are born anew. At that point, he's made it to about right there behind you guys. You most assuredly, you're going to follow him as he's talking. You feel surrounded, by the way. All of you kind of feel like you're being surrounded when he does that. He says, among the factions of the Kishans, two clans represent the extremes of our philosophy. The one you stand in now, the Shadow Clan, and that of your opposition, the Radiant Clan. The Shadow Clan, our eldest and most revered sect, embodies the darkness, the precision and subtlety that defines the Syndicate's legacy. Your leader, Malik Vere, and he points towards the opposite direction where he just came from. The Keeper of Shadows is a master of concealment, manipulation, unmatched in his ability to strike unseen and leave no trace. To face the Shadow Clan is to embrace the shadow itself. Some of you have already started this process. Opposing the Shadow Clan is the Radiance Clan, a sect that follows a divergent path born from defiance of tradition. They believe in assassination through calculated brilliance, striking from devastating clarity that cannot be ignored. Their leader, Salona Donwan, the Blade of Truth, wields the radiant philosophy like a fiery beacon, illuminating the darkness that we command. Though their methods are bold and brash, the Radiance Clan has proven themselves formidable adversaries in the Kumite, and they are our enemy. If you survive the trials, you will meet them in combat. As recruits, you will learn to tread both paths, to walk the fine line between brilliance and shadow. Fail and you will join the shadows in a way none would ever envy. Succeed and you may one day rise to lead your own company, shaping the Syndicate's future. Trust your trainers, for their teachings will test your soul, your strength, and your will. Embrace it to survive. If you embrace the shadow, you will train to become greater than you are now. And some of you may become proficient in it. to make it to the trials and the final test, the crucible itself. If you succeed, you will become Kishin Assassin, and you will enter the Kumite, and you will represent our clan. As he finishes his speech, he just continues to walk and goes right out of the room to the north. He disappears into the shadows. As this guy moves forward, he introduces himself. He says, now that is over, I am Malik, the leader of the Shadow Clan. I'm sure that some of you have questions. You see with this grin on his face, but I will not answer fucking one of them. The shadows do not wait for the weak. They do not pause for those who stumble and falter. You stand here as nothing more than fodder, a blank slate upon which the Syndicate will carve excellence or erase you entirely. Yes, I am Malik, Bay-Wraith, keeper of shadows. You will know me as your guide, but I will be your judge, for I have no need of those who cling to frailty. The Shadow Clan is the heart of the Syndicate. It's first and foremost, its finest. I expect, most important, loyalty from each and every one. We do not revel in brilliance, nor do we seek the light. We devour it. If you complete your training, you may meet our opposition at the Kumite, the Radiance Clan, who believe illumination reveals truth. But they forget one undeniable fact. The shadow exists because of the light. For every strike they make, we remain unbroken. Their brilliance blinds, but we move unseen. Your training will strip away your doubts, your weaknesses, your questioning, your individuality. You will learn silence, precision, and deceit, not as mere techniques, but as extensions of your very souls. Some of you may succeed, most of you will fail. And to fail here is to fail the Syndicate itself. Do not expect mercy. Do not seek reprieve. The shadows are eternal, but only the worthy can command them. Prove to me you deserve to remain in them. He smiles at that point. It's the first smile you see come upon his lips, and he moves to the north and disappears into the shadows. The room at this point is not as heavy as it was. You feel that heaviness leave as the two of these individuals are gone. And it's almost like what just happened was kind of a dream, and you're not quite sure. As you look around to each other, you see the other trainers who seem to be relaxed now. When before they were not relaxed. Now they seem to be relaxed. And they're looking at you guys.
What a breath of fresh air.
You hear Zara, the female, she kind of giggles when you say that.
Well, all right then.
I'll introduce myself now after that. I am Zara al-Khalif, your guide through this shadow and this abyss that you are about to enter into. I will teach you to dissolve into the shadows, to erase your existence from sight and sound. You will learn to embrace silence as your ally and darkness as your armor. I will not accept failure or pride in my tribe. Show me you are worthy to claim the shadows as your own, and I will be your ally. Until then, I am not. She extends her hand out like this to her right, and you see the gentleman that was standing there with his arms crossed, and he goes, I am Caven Duskbane. I will forge you into weapons of unyielding resolve, and in my teachings you will face pain, fear, exhaustion. But you will overcome them, or you will break. Precision and discipline are your tools. Strength is your foundation. You will fight, you will climb, you will dodge, and you will endure until there is nothing left but resolve. Prove you are forged of steel, not cowardice, and you will arise into the ranks of Tahitian assassins. I will train each of you and form you into superior one. He smiles. Across from him, this drow-looking individual, he says, and I am Ilian the Veil, the veil that guides and obscures. To wield shadow magic is not to just destroy, but to distort. You will learn to read the arcane, those of you that have the inkling to latch a hold of shadow magic. We will see which ones of those you might be. The time will come when I will train each of you. That time is not now, for you seem to be a bit amiss currently, perhaps even scared. But I will teach you to sense the unseen and to manipulate forces beyond mortal understanding. In my training, your mind will be the greatest weapon. Fail to grasp this, and the shadows will consume you. I would ask if there's any questions, but we all know that you have more than one. We perhaps don't have time for that. He turns and he looks across the room at the last individual with the bronze skin that you had seen, and he says, I am Jarrus Sunveil. And he pulls his hands out and he does a bow to you guys. He says, the voice behind the blades. You will learn the art of persuasion. I will teach each of you. You will learn deception. You will learn disguise. To kill without spilling blood is to master the assassin's craft, and I will teach you. During my training, you will manipulate, you will seduce, you will deceive your way past guards and traps. You will learn not to fail, and you will find that charm alone cannot save you, though that is what I will teach. You notice that the other trainers are starting to leave the room except for him, and he comes walking forward to you guys. And the others, they exit the room. They disappear. Now that they are gone, welcome. Welcome to Shadows and Graves. I'm sure you have many questions. Perhaps I can help you answer. Consider me.
Do you write all the speeches?
You mean at each speech that they have given?
Yes.
Oh, I would love to take. Excuse me. You see him hold his throat. I would love to have helped some of the trainers with their speeches.
Is that a manipulation thing that he's doing?
To
see if any of us are concerned about him?
Possibly.
Do a roll I can make to see.
You
Is
can
he
try
within 30 feet of me?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can try to do an observation. He smells really good, by the way.
I do
But
observation.
you're doing empathy. His empathy is, you feel empathy off of him, and it's deception. He is deceptive.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Scold would not care.
He doesn't say anything.
Okay.
Scold would say, when do we begin?
Tomorrow morning. Shall I escort you to your rooms and your quarters so that you may clean up and perhaps get something to eat?
Bath.
A bath, yes. We have baths as well. Are you all ready? If you would, please come with me.
He'll stand up.
He starts heading to the south. with that, we're going to take a quick break, you guys, if you're good with that.
Yeah.
And we'll come back here in a little bit and take you all to your rooms.
I didn't say, but I'm wearing dark blue with silver.
They're walking out. She does like a cough saying,
All right, we're going to go to a break, and we will see you guys in just a little bit.
Five are the names we bear in blood. Five are the truths we carve in fate. Not man, not beast, not bound by love. We are the five cold hands of hate. The blade cuts swift, the shadow fades. The phantom walks where none remain. The mind deceives, the mask is worn, and death will whisper back our name. Five are the names we bear in blood. Five are the truths we carve in fate. Not man, not beast, not bound by love. We are the five cold hands of hate. The blade cuts swift, the shadow fades. The phantom walks where none remain. The mind deceives, the mask is worn, and death will whisper back our name. Steel does not falter, nor does the dark. A phantom leaves no trace behind. The mind twists lies into a mark. The mask is silence, cruel and blind. The blade cuts swift, the shadow fades. The phantom walks where none remain. The mind deceives, the mask is worn, and death will whisper back our name. 5 are the names we bear in blood. 5 are the truths we carve in fate. Not man, not beast, not bound by love. We are the five cold hands of hate. The blade cuts swift, the shadow fades. The phantom walks where none remain. The mind deceives, the mask is worn, and death will whisper back our name. 5 are the names we bear in blood. 5 are the truths we carve in fate. Not man, not beast, not bound by love. We are the five cold hands of hate.
And we're back. Well, guys, you are. Serafina said she was going to zoom up and grab his leg.
No. She's gonna zoom up right next to him, just kind of make his robes go whoosh.
Okay. He takes you down the hallway. He smiles at when you do that. You guys come walking into this room right here. Immediately to your west, there seems to be bunks or beds, a room full of them. A few of them are tiny, and one of them is really big. To your east, you see what looks like a meeting room or a hangout room, maybe a kitchen. It's got a stove or a fireplace, in there. And then you guys come up steps. Come up steps following him. You will see 4 torches burning with the symbol that you saw before, but this time it has multiple colors on it. And he starts to show you around. He says, that is your sleeping quarters. That's the kitchen. He comes down to the bottom and he says, this is the bathroom over here, and then this is the room where you can correspond with the shadows.
The one on the bottom right?
Yeah, this one down here. And then he will turn around and look at you all.
What's mean correspond with shadows?
Similar to what all of you did when you were speaking to the flame.
Okay.
It is, well,
To relax.
there are powers behind shadows. Things that you might begin to sense the longer you are in this place. I know that Malik and some of the others call it the Trinity of Shadows. The beings behind and within. Me personally, well, it's up to each of you how deeply you want to move into the shadow. I hope that all of you survive the trials. I really do. I think that each and every one of you has skills and talents that would be very useful to Kishin assassins. I would hope that this shadow clan becomes stronger.
You can make me disappear in shadow?
Yes, you will be able to be trained in these things.
Good thing. I stand out.
Kaiden says, when you say that, Kaiden looks over and kind of whispers. He says, oh, look, another loyal shadow. How cute. I wonder if they teach blind devotion in the first week, or it's just something that you picked up on naturally, big guy.
Big mouth for little whispers.
So is this like a cult?
A cult would require worship, Jar says. And you do not worship here. As a matter of fact, it's seen as a little bit against the rules to worship. Not something you would want to do, I would suspect.
What do you mean worship in general, or just worshiping who's ever before us?
You hear Alyssa say, she introduced her, she says, by the way, I'm Alicia Gracebar, and where I come from, faith is a frail shield. I'm here to tell you that that is the truth. Power, the kind that they fear, the kind that they are teaching, well, that's what's going to keep us alive. Let go of faith.
Faith is easily broken.
Yes. Well, if there are no questions, I will leave you all to it. And perhaps in the morning you will have slept well enough to face training with the best constitution possible. And with that, I bid you a good night and a farewell. We will see each other soon, I'm sure. He bows to you all. He turns and goes down this hallway. He goes this way and then disappears from sight. You guys are left standing in the hallway.
I'm sorry. Which way?
He went to the east.
Scold's gonna
He
go.
pointed
into
out.
the kitchen.
He pointed. Sorry.
What did Scott say?
Scold's gonna go into the kitchen.
Yeah, so we're on. Kind of food they got.
All right, you guys walk into the kitchen and there is no food to be found. You see no food in there, just an oven and a table with chairs.
Okay, then.
And you are hungry. You're all hungry.
Okay. Kind of start looking around. Walk up to the fireplace. Look in it.
It's got a fire in it that's burning.
What is this in front of it?
These are doors, and this is just tile in front of it. So
Seraphina's gonna listen and see if she can hear anything. Insects,
you don't hear any.
lizards, bugs.
You don't hear any.
Nothing?
No, man. You said there was food in here.
So Gallius is gonna go check. I mean, if there's the room to see if there's I don't know, if it's just beds or if there's like change of clothes they have there, whatever they got going on.
You come in and it's empty except for cots. That's it. That's all that's in this room. Kaiden will come in here too, and so will Thane. Iris will come in and look around as well. Alicia will look inside and then see if there's no food, and then turn and come back in here, and then go down this way.
All right, well, if there's no food, then a bath sounds nice.
Okay. Seraphina's gonna what?
Follow her.
Okay. She goes into this room right here. This relatively dark. The only light that's coming from this room is from the symbol that's glowing over next to this huge skull that's on the wall. And the skull seems to be a real skull. Like when you look at it, it matches the walls. It's from something that was once alive. That symbol that you saw is on the floor. All right, so you're going to... Are you going to get a bed?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the biggest one.
The biggest one? It's gigantic. It's about 12 feet in length.
Is there
Well, I got big wings and I'm almost 7 feet tall, so you know, you just gotta make it work.
So everybody, like, Scold's hungry, but
Yeah.
there's no food. There's no food, like nothing observed, nothing seen, nothing smelled.
Nope.
Okay. She's gonna go into the restroom area Is there any
There's one toilet, one sink, and one tub.
any tissue, paper, anything like that?
No.
You fucking serious?
Well, that ruined my plan. There's a way to make you feel full.
Come on, back out.
Well, there's the water runs. Yes.
You go over and try and turn it on, and nothing comes out.
Okay. So is it literally just these 4 rooms? There's nothing down those other 2 corridors?
So the other corridors, as you're looking at them, the one that you came from is to the north. There's 3 others, but when you look at them, there are walls. They're not actual doorways. They're actual walls made of bone. It doesn't look like they go anywhere. Of course, he went to the east. He went in this direction right here, but you don't see.
That's where I was headed.
Okay, gonna head that way.
I'm gonna go south.
Gotcha.
It's solid.
It's just a brick wall. I have to think through it.
It's a bone wall. There's bones.
It's there.
Yeah, it's bones that have been mortared into the wall.
There's bones. Bones. Artist.
Just pull any of them out. Okay, is there any?
You can try to.
Sure. What do I need to do?
You need to roll 3 6s and add it to your strength and try to rip a bone out of the wall, or add it to 3. Yep. Y'all have your scores are all 3 right now, folks.
19.
19.
Yeah, 6, 6, and 4 plus
Okay.
3.
Roll 20 and try to get under 19.
I critted. It's a 1. Can you guys see it?
All right.
I can turn this on to turn it off if you can't see it.
You get a great insight.
Wow.
You gain +4 to your strength permanently.
So you can't see it. You can see my reaction. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
So I get the bone.
And you rip the bone out of the wall. So currently you have a 7 bonus on your strength instead of 3. When you become first level, that +4 will go to your strength. Nice roll.
Thank you.
I had a question. So with being 0 level character, can you literally try to do anything?
Yeah. Whatever you want to try to do, you can try to do.
She's going to I don't even know if it's a thing. I don't even know. But
Worst you can do is
conjuration. I don't know, but literally think about food in her hand. Try to create food.
Okay.
I don't know.
Nothing happens.
Okay.
Nice
Worth a
try.
try.
Is there anything inside the bone?
There's no pipes or anything in this.
Any pipes?
I'm saying because she's in the restroom or in the bathing area. There's no pipes or anything that's running. She doesn't see any pipes that are dripping.
You will see that there are torches on the walls like there were in the other room. There are no pipes. There is a pipe that goes down from the sink into the floor. There is a pipe that goes from the bathtub down into the floor over here, and one underneath the sink right there, and one on the back side of the sink right there. Nothing on the toilet though. And when you go and look at the toilet, it's empty and looks old and rusted. It doesn't look like it's been used in a long time.
Serafina is gonna go to the northwest corner of that room.
If you leave from her, she comes in here and she goes right on top of this, just kneels down. Okay, so you're gonna leave and go.
No. In that room.
Okay.
She's gonna go to that northwest corner.
All right.
She's gonna try to disappear in the shadows like the instructor was talking about.
Okay.
In the hopes of finding something.
Okay. All right.
Right. Everybody's got food on the brain.
Roll 3 6s. Oh no, sorry. You're trying to move into shadows?
Yes.
Thanks, Cam.
Roll personal dice. Do you have a hide in shadows already?
No.
Naturally? Okay. Just roll
No.
personal dice.
But the instructor was talking about it. Can you see it? It's an 85.
Okay. You stand over in the corner. You're not sure. You're not sure if you could be seen or not.
She's just gonna try to adjust her sight to the room and see if she can see any critters or anything.
Yeah, you don't see anything. Gallius, are you going to sleep?
You got no my
So he's not trying to sleep. He's just kicking his feet up and resting and listening to see if he can listen in to what other people are doing around him, because it seems like a quiet place.
Okay. Go ahead and roll personal dice for me.
Oh shit! Wrong ones. Nope, wrong button again. God damn it!
You could roll. You crit.
Hey, what the fuck? Hang on. Sorry. Let me do that again. That wasn't a percentile dice at all. 6. 9. 9. Sorry. 9. 09.
09.
Nice roll.
Okay. So you already have a 5% hear noise. So an 04, 4%. So that's the first one. That's not an insight, but the first one plus 5%. So
Yeah, 5%.
yeah, but it's called what?
Understanding.
You get what's called an understanding, and you gain
Okay.
a 5% bonus on your hear noise permanently.
All right.
Or on your listen. Sorry, permanently.
Listen. Okay.
So you listen and you can hear, people talking and moving around, and you hear this like crunch and a break to your east, like something get ripped away or something like that. A bone, yeah, like a bone breaks or something.
A telltale sign of a bone breaking and crunching.
Yeah,
You say there was doors on the front of the stove?
there are. They're open.
There's nothing in it.
No, just a fire. There is wood, and it's burning.
And there's no cabinets in here or anything.
Scold's gonna go around and
Anything
using.
Sorry.
Nothing under the table. You check under the table. There's nothing under there. Skull's gonna what?
She's gonna go around looking to see if there's any hidden doors anywhere with her assassin.
Inside the bathroom.
She's gonna check the bathroom and then just go to each area.
Okay. So roll under your observation by rolling three 6-siders and adding your intelligence, like you did before. Check in this room that you're in right here in the bathroom.
That's it. Can you see them? I don't think you can see them.
See one of them.
I can see one of them. I see a 6.
I have 6, 6, and a 1.
Okay. That's 13,
And then
Plus-
add 3.
16,
Mm-hmm.
and then plus 2 is an 18.
So roll below an 18. All right, come on, baby. Got a 6.
So there are no secret doors for sure within this room. You know there are none in there.
Well, that's good. Now off to the next place.
And you rolled a 6, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. You already have ×4 in observation, right?
Yes.
So that's 2 or 6 or 4. So that would be a understanding. But she can't go any higher than so either +1 on the side. You gain a permanent +1 on your intelligence. You have an understanding.
Nice.
Okay. +1.
So
Was it the tub and sink?
Well,
Water?
so you just so you know from now on, whatever it is that you roll, if you get something on it, like an understanding or an insight or a great insight or superior insight, then you can't do that again on the same ability or score. So you got a superior insight.
So I won't be able to do anything else with my strength.
With strength, you can't do anything else.
The most you-
All right, so you're gonna leave and go into the next room.
I think your mic's off.
oh, yep. Sorry. Yes, going to the next room.
This one here.
Yes.
Okay, we'll come back to you in a second. Anybody
Got
else want anything? All right.
Slams his fist on the table. Food.
Militia weapon. Hold the phone.
Okay, so you're gonna try to break the table, or just-
Yes.
Okay, roll 3 6s. See what this one is. See this watching? 9.
Don't move them.
6, 3, 4.
I think roll it. Oh, that's 9, 10,
Ooh, is
13.
that a 1?
That's the
Was
one.
that a 1? Credit.
So you got a superior insight of a +4 to your strength.
Nice. Hell yeah. And you break the fucking table.
And you snap the table into 2 pieces, and it falls to the ground. Shatters.
Definitely heard that.
Yeah, you definitely heard that.
No food.
Well,
Well-
was there food in the table, buddy?
I have bone. I have bone. If we have water, bone meal bread. Bone.
I don't have water.
You should walk in.
Okay, you got a bone.
Make bread.
Bread.
Make bread. So,
Seraphina's gonna zoom to the center of that circle.
grind it up. Add
Alright.
water. Make bread.
I can grind.
And she's gonna
Grind.
observe the skull. See if there's anything special about it.
Just gonna observe the skull. Okay. Roll observation.
3
6s and +3 on your intelligence.
I can eat.
And then -2.
Pulling. Meat good.
16.
Okay.
What
And
man?
then roll under 16.
Well, it's at a -2, so it's a 14. Did you get? Yeah.
Yeah.
14. So roll into that.
No.
You look up at the skull, and you're like standing in the middle of this symbol, and you're trying to observe the skull, and you feel a presence. and it feels like the room grows heavier. Scald, when you walk in this room, the presence of the air is thicker. It's heavy when you walk in here. And you all hear these whispers again.
I'll look around and see if I can see where it's coming from.
It seems to be coming from all over, everywhere.
Can Scold try to communicate with the voices in apparently her head?
Yeah? What do you say?
Teach me to understand you.
All right, roll personal dice for me.
Personal dice.
I can't see the first one. $90 something.
That's a 93.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
So the three of you are in this room, and all three of you seem to be trying to communicate or connect with whatever's in this room. And all three of you hear, in the room, you hear, the shadow does not hide. It reveals what cannot be seen in the light. And it's as clear as day, like as if someone's standing in the room with you. Alicia stands up and looks around like, whoa, and it's just looking around. You feel that there's some sort of presence in the room with you guys right now. The doorway from where you guys came from, entering in this room, is no longer there. It's a bone wall. Alicia says, there's something here with us.
I can do it.
So I had to think about it. Scold's immediate responsibility would be no shit.
She says the shadow does not hide; it reveals what cannot see, or what cannot be seen in the light. It is not hiding.
She is going to zoom to the north side of that skull, and she's going to do like a zoom lap around the edges of all the walls back to the other side of the skull.
Okay, so what is your movement again?
750.
So yeah, she 75 squares. She just zooms around the room.
Just once.
Just once?
Around the very outer.
Okay.
You can't move the token as fast as she goes.
And then when she gets back, if she doesn't feel anything or run into anything, she's going to try to hide again.
Okay. Roll some dice.
I don't know where I am.
You guys do not feel peaceful right now. You don't feel a sense of peace like you did before at the plane.
39.
You feel as though you're in danger. You don't feel like you're in peace right now.
Hmm.
Yeah, she's just gonna put her back up against the skull and try to
Okay.
hide.
Alicia says, calm down, calm down. It's okay. Why did the door disappear?
What was the phrase one more time? I'm sorry.
It is the shadows. The shadow does not hide. It reveals what cannot be seen in the light.
Fuck it. All right, so Gold's gonna say, come out, wherever you are."
Okay, it echoes in the room. Real creepy. It makes the room creepier when you say that. And like I said, the air is really thick.
Does Gold see the symbol in front of her? And is the room all dark or is there lights?
So the only light source is coming from this symbol that is multicolored over here.
All right. Well, she's gonna step into the light then, because that's the only light that is.
Right.
And doesn't hide. So
Okay.
let's do this.
All right. You step into it. Nothing happens. You're standing in the middle of it.
All right. She's gonna sit down and close her eyes and kind of like just, I don't know, feel out, I guess.
All right.
Just kind of.
So you close your eyes, and when you close your eyes, you start to get a vision of the room, like you're looking at the room. The skull in front of you, its eyes are glowing this deep maroon color. And the skull actually, it slightly moves a little bit looking at you.
So her eyes closed. She's gonna say,
you also will notice that there is a doorway, like there was when you came in. When you look back, when you look around the room, you don't see Alicia, and you do not see Serafina when your eyes are closed and you're looking in this room.
now the room's open. So with her eyes closed, she's gonna tilt her head towards, like, as looking at the skull, but with her eyes closed, and she goes, "There you are. There you are."
Okay, hold on just a second. The two of you that are standing in the room, you're in the room. When she goes and sits down and she closes her eyes, you see her disappear. She's gone. And you don't hear her say that. Okay, so you say that to this thing, whatever this is. You say, "Oh, there you are." You hear, "Those who embrace Orthus learn to become unseen, young one, slipping through the void without leaving traces, sensing threats that one else cannot. The three of us, we are with you, will guide you. But you must first reach for us."
She'll reach out with her mind.
Okay?
And
Um,
she'll say, power is earned. And if you're offering, I'll take it.
you hear, "To become shadow, to gain power, you must abandon the self. You are full of self. Self is in you. Thou that will not accept self." You start to feel very uneasy, and it feels like the ground beneath you is on fire. You guys, you're in the room, and she disappeared. You don't see her anymore. But the symbol that she was on starts to glow a lot brighter than it was. You want to do anything?
Yeah, Seraphina, she'll try to run right through the center of it.
To the center of the symbol?
Yeah.
You do.
Goes through it, and
Yeah.
then she'll go to Alicia.
Alicia.
Alicia. She'll go to her and grab her leg.
She looks at
Mary. Where'd you go?
She kind of brushes you off. She's like, "I don't know. What is it with you people and touching? Stop touching." You don't see or hear any of this, Skull. You're still where you were.
Oh,
And
she's ready.
This skull is looking at you, and its head is moving, and it seems to be some sort of being to you. You're not sure what. It said its name was Valthat.
So Gold would stop. She'd think, and obviously she could feel the flames, but she would say, I was not born strong. I was tempered, beaten, burned, and reforged. Flames don't destroy. It refines. And she would try to be, obviously, she's very uncomfortable. She's trying to, but she knows she's about survival. So she's like, I'm here. Let's do this.
So you don't care that it's hot, is what you're saying. You're just going to stay there?
Yep.
Okay. It starts to burn you, but it's not doing damage. You're not taking any hit points damage. It starts to burn you, and
she definitely grimaces.
What?
She definitely grimaces.
Okay.
She thinks about her mother's forge and just the heat coming off of it and being singed before. But it's still, it doesn't take away the fact that it still hurts, but it's just like she knows that she's got to survive whatever it is. So, or try rather.
Here again, to become shadow, you must abandon self, and you feel like there's a sudden weight that presses upon you. But it's in your mind, because that's where you're at. That's where you started this. It was in your mind. It's not oppressive, but it's a weight. but it's very final. It feels very final in your head, as if something immense is present and waiting for you. You are still in the room. You still don't see her, but the symbol got brighter.
Right.
You do feel a deep thrumming that's in the air. It seems to be reverberating from that symbol. And it's not a sound, it's a feel, like a reverber, a deep thrumming. Like whoa, 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 whoa. And that's what you feel. Alicia looks at you like, what is that? And she like looks and looks around. She goes, that's.
She does not respond after what she did. She just kind of cuts her a fuck you look, and she'll take off to the right side around the circle to the skull and climb up the side of it. So,
Imagine a little chihuahua just.
Yeah, yeah. It's a fairy. She's a Quicksilver.
Roll personal dice.
Dice can't.
it bothers me that I can't see.
If you're live.
Should we turn it up
I
one?
was gonna say, try turning it up.
Okay.
That's the thing. That if you really have to, you can turn it off and then turn it back on before you switch back to your face cam.
Yeah.
Kind of see it. 40 something?
49.
Okay. You climb up the you climb up the skull. You get to the top of it. She's got a look on her face like, "Fuck you, you little fuck!" Like she's looking at you, Alicia. She's like with hate now. That you cut her that look. She looks at you like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you."
Oh, goodness.
That's the look on her face. The thing's still throbbing. And you see her kind of back away and put her back against the wall behind her. And you see her hand flame up black. Okay, you're still in this place that you're in. I'm going to stop with you guys right there for a moment and go back to the rest of the party because this is all kind of happening at the same time. Okay, you've broken the table. She comes in with a bone. Thane goes, bone bread. How are you going to make bread? We don't have any.
Grind it. Grind it on the stone. Grind it on the stone. Water. Mix it up. Cook it. Bread.
That's not going to fill our tummies.
Close the doors on the stove.
Okay.
Then reopen them.
All right. Nothing.
Close them back.
Okay.
Can I move this? Can I move the stove?
You can try.
Okay.
All right. Roll 3 sixes and add your 7 to it because you rolled no, it
Seven.
wasn't not 7, 4 to it. Right.
That'd be 7 total.
So 3 sixes is 7.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and then you add 4. So 11.
12, 15.
And then 3. 12, 13, 14 in the middle of 20.
Cannot see.
You see what that is?
Nope.
13.
It's a 6, a 2, and a 6.
Can't see us 20.
Can't see the 20 dollars.
I can't see it.
There it is.
There it is. 13.
Okay.
Back to 13.
So you begin to pry on it, and you see the stone start to crack.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
And he stops.
Okay.
Don't want to break it.
Whoa.
I just look behind. So he looks behind instead of moving it.
There's nothing back there.
The bone in her pocket.
Okay. Hey, you mix liver or bone, make for piercing? Yeah. Please.
How big is the bone? Split out.
It's about that big.
Maybe pull another ball. Or I make.
That's where I got it.
I go punch.
This whole room has got bones all the way around. I'll zoom in to just kind of give you guys an idea. This is full of bones.
Maybe make one for. He pulls his shirt out and looks down.
Kind of nod and step back out in the hallway.
Okay.
Poke her head in the door.
So,
Gallius is in.
When you walk back out and you look, that hallway is still there. It still goes into the central hub. You can still see it in the central hub. But
Like you can go out of here?
back into the central room that you guys came out of, looks like you can. You hear a growl behind you. You look and you see Thane holding his stomach.
Feel the walls.
Feel the walls?
Yeah, just feel the walls.
Okay.
Just touching shit.
See if there's hidden walls or hidden doors. Or
Okay, you're gonna try to feel for hidden doors in this room?
Yeah.
All right, roll 3 6s and add 3 to it, and then try to roll under with a 20.
7, 9 plus 3, 12. So I gotta roll under 12. I rolled a 1. I don't know if you can see all that.
What did you roll?
You rolled a fucking 1.
On the 20?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Right here. Hell yeah, man. Holy shit. Fucking nice roll. Fuck yeah.
Oh, you can see that.
No, I can see it. It's right there. If you pull it up big, you can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 1.
So you were attempting to physically find it. So, and that was a superior insight. So that's going to be a +4 to your dexterity.
Yeah. She's gonna go back into that other fucking room.
What other room?
The one that we came from, I guess. There's
Okay.
nothing here. There's no food. There's no.
All right, you turn and walk down the hallway, and you can go back into that room.
Is it still empty?
No, we're all actually still standing there.
You go down the hallway, and the room's empty. You walk in, you see the flame, you see the same things you saw before. Now, the symbol on the ground, when you come up to it, it's not glowing anymore. You walk right past it.
Walk around and go to one of the other hallways.
Okay, so when you go around the room and you look, all the other symbols are glowing and they're all activated. None of them seem to be unactivated. That's going to take you a little bit
Fucking bullshit.
as you're doing that. Gallius, are you doing anything besides just chilling?
Yeah, fuck it. Might as well be an asshole. He's gonna go look at one of the other beds.
Okay.
And try to break a leg off and set a trap.
Oh my goodness! I thought it was gonna be a Goldilocks situation.
Oh, you're checking the difference. Yeah, that one's not comfortable enough.
Where what? Like the bed will break?
So like the bed will break when somebody lays down on it?
Yeah, so you try to break it off and then just put it, restabilize it so if someone lays on it, it falls.
All right.
It's so rude. So rude.
Roll 3 6s and add 3 to it, and then roll 20.
God damn it! Hang on.
That's amazing. Won't be amazing if it's Scold's bed though, because she's gonna be pissed.
It's all about the game and how you play it.
I know.
Na, na, na.
These are already about to start getting in fights. What the fuck, man?
So hey, man.
Those dice are awesome on the screen.
12.
4, 10, 11, so 14 total? With the 3 plus, or is there 3 plus? I don't know. Right now I rolled 11, so.
Plus 3.
Yeah, so 14.
Okay.
Shoot! 13.
All right. You're able to break the tape or break the leg on the bed and set it up. You're able to set the trap. So
It's an
nobody knows which bed it is except for you and I. So I need to know which one it is.
You have to text him.
Pass them a note.
Gotcha.
We'll start with the top being 1, then going. So it'll go to the right. So 1, 2,
2, 3, gotcha.
5, 6.
Any, many, miny, mo.
There are 9 beds. There's 9 of you.
sleeping on the floor. Can't trust nothing in this place.
All right. So Gallius does that. All right. Gallius does that, and we're gonna go back down here with Scald and Serafina.
So as soon as she says that, Serafina is going to take off in a blur and try to go through the spot where there was where they came in.
All right. You smack into the bone wall right there.
Ouch.
Can I,
Well, that was gonna be my other question. Could we hear, like, he's listening in and shit like that? Is her being, I'm gonna kill you, bitch, is that something that was hearable, or are they can't be heard in the room?
Said that out loud? Oh,
Yeah.
that's crazy. I thought she just cut her look. I missed that.
No, she didn't say it. Well, actually,
Oh, okay.
she did. Yeah, actually, she did say that. So you were sitting there listening, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give you a chance to hear that.
Okay.
Roll personal dice.
Dice
Oh
cam.
god, they're all shiny. I'm trying to find the dice first. They're shiny and they distract me, but then I don't know what I'm looking at. 32?
nice.
Can you see him?
Yep. 32.
You hear a raised tone, but that's it. You don't hear what's actually said. But you hear a raised tone in another room.
So I'd probably say that's what kind of got him to get out of bed, but then he just, decided to do the trap and then head that way towards the noise.
Okay. All right. So you'll come out the door here, kind of come up the steps up to this top here, and then you hear a bang down here. To your south, you hear a bang.
Oh, okay. Then he'll continue to be like, okay, interesting, and then continue to investigate it.
Okay, hold on. Melissa, what?
Come back at that point. If she can't. There's
She
nothing.
doesn't want to mess with anything up there?
No, if she can't. They're all still locked.
Okay, so she head back. All right, you see Gallius. He's going this direction. Starts walking on the step. You look over, see them in here. You all are feeling kind of tired and hungry, so just awareness. So yeah, you come down, Gallies. All you see is a doorway that goes into the bathroom. You don't see a door there. It's just a wall, bone wall.
But where there was a wall before?
There was a door there before, but it's not there now. Skull. You are sitting there with your eyes closed, staring at this skull that's looking at you, and you don't see anybody else. It's just you. But you do see that there is a doorway back there that you came in now.
What does it mean to abandon self?
It continues to look at you, but doesn't respond or react. And like I said, you don't see anybody else. They're not there anymore like they were. And let me reiterate that you closed your eyes and you are in your mind's eye right now. You have not opened your eyes.
So, I mean, then she's gonna get up and keep her eyes shut and walk to the door because she's got to
Okay.
trust in the she has to trust in the shadows, and that's what he's saying. And whether she walks into a door or not, it's gonna be what it's gonna be.
You walk through the doorway and you come into this hallway here. Where do you go? What do you do?
I'm gonna keep my eyes closed. I'm gonna walk my happy ass to the kitchen with my eyes closed.
Okay. You get into the kitchen, and when you step through the door into the kitchen in your mind's eye, the table is full of food. Absolutely anything you would possibly want is laid out on the table. You see a cooked turkey, you see steak, you see bread, you see fruit, you see ale, wine.
Did Gary just watch her walk through a fucking wall? And just
no, nobody can see me.
Oh, nobody can see. That's right. Okay, that's right. Okay, I was just double checking.
What? I'm not gonna lie. She kind of gets a little elated and is like, if this is power, this is if this is power, this is where it's supposed to be. And she's gonna sit down. She's gonna pour herself a glass of wine, and she's gonna eat something because she's hungry.
Okay. All right. So you're eating. All right. So we're gonna go away from you. All right. So you slam into this wall. It doesn't cause any damage to you, but it stuns you for a moment. And when you look up, she's standing right next to you with this flaming hand. She goes, "Don't you ever touch me again. Do I make myself clear?"
Trying to be nice. Should take off in a fucking blur.
Okay. She looks like, where the fuck did you go? Where do you go?
She's gonna try to hide again.
Okay. Over here?
Yep.
Okay. Roll percentile dice to try.
Actually, she'll go to a new spot.
Here?
She already tried that spot. Yeah. Okay. She didn't want to go back to the same spot where she was.
Gallius?
Uh-huh.
And when you come down there and you heard that bang, you hear that too. You hear someone say that, and you recognize it's Alicia's voice. And then
Alicia, that doesn't sound very friendly or becoming.
Ooh, charmer ass.
You hear that. You can hear Gallius talking through the wall.
Melissa hear it at the top of the.
What?
Can Melissa hear it from down the hallway where she's at? Where she just
Yeah, you can hear it. He's not trying to whisper.
Yeah, he's just checking his fingernails, speaking. He doesn't give a shit.
She'll walk down.
All right, you come down.
It frustrates me that it can't see.
He'll turn and just wink at her, but not say anything.
Okay.
He'll go like this.
You're not hiding.
Yeah.
You see her say that. You're not hiding. I don't know what you're trying to do. We need to figure out where she went. She's gone. She disappeared.
Who disappeared?
There's no door here. We are locked in. We are locked in this room, and Skull disappeared. She went in the center of this symbol, and she disappeared.
She tried.
What else did she do? She just sat down.
What else did she do?
She goes, I haven't. And she says, I suppose I can. She comes over, and you see her walk over. She looks at you, and then she's like, enough is
That's the best ever. Snotty.
And she sits down in the circle, but keeps her eye on you, looking at you. Shadow, we are here. Never.
Loser.
Yeah, Cikala, what's your character's name again? I'm sorry.
She said her name was Mally.
She said her name was what?
Mally?
Mally?
Mhm.
As in Thomas O'Malley, the Malley Cat? That's
Oh.
You didn't know.
What'd you say?
Isn't Thomas O'Malley the Alley Cat?
Pretty close. Yeah.
And Gallius will try to start like feeling the wall and just kind of, I mean,
Okay, you're gonna try to kick the wall. Right,
I said feel. God damn, I said feel.
3 siders and add 7 to it, and then try to roll into that.
She said kick. I said feel.
Oof. I got 3 and 2 and 6, 4, 5, 7. 8.
All right, she kicks this wall, and you see pieces of bone shatter and fly off the wall onto the floor and wall.
Do you feel better?
It doesn't make a hole in the wall, but it definitely shatters bone in all different directions.
She'll look down and start picking up the little pieces of bone.
Okay, so there's picking up pieces of bone.
Say if there's any small, like, you know, dangerous looking pieces, he'll snag one.
Okay, all
Put it
right.
in his pocket. And then he's going to just kind of feel along the wall. What's up?
You talking like dagger size?
Yeah, just something enough to make an ow. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, there is one.
All right.
All right, we're gonna stop right there and in the episode.
Do I notice him?
You do. We're gonna stop right there and in the episode and come back for our next one here in just a little bit. That'll be episode 1, season 5. Wow,
That was fun.
you guys,
We're gonna come back.
It was super fun.
we're gonna come back here in just a little bit. I bet it was super fun for you. You're getting to eat.
I know you figured it out, man.
Figured
We
it
can't
out.
let up.
All right, so
Got one. Got one.
not till she's done eating. I promise. She might even take a bath first.
I mean, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I'm gonna take a bath.
Yeah,
That's not my job to teach people this.
freaking awesome. Okay, well, we'll come back here in just a little bit. Like, subscribe, share, hit the ding ding on YouTube. Follow us on Twitch, and we will see you guys in the next episode. We are Original GM. Peace.
The fear will cede, kings may fall, but truth will stay. We are the knights, you are the prey. Blaze that shimmer, dreams undone. We're the night that blinds the sun. From Keishan storms to Syndicate halls, the shadows answer when duty calls. So speak their names and face the cost. The assassins strike, your path is lost. With every breath, the silence grows. The Syndicate waits where no